it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Hey everyone. Okay, so given that we all have been stuck at home and we're all fighting the COVID-19 to try and keep that off, I went ahead and I was looking at some things and I got contacted by a company called Gudeholo. I may or may not have that right, but the link will be in the description. And they had contacted me and they asked, say, hey, would you go ahead and review our package? And it's a exercise band system. So we're going to get into that today. So let us begin. All right. When you go looking on Amazon for this will come up, and see what you see here. As you see, it's like dude who's hyperjacked, and you know this thing goes up to 150 pounds, but I'm not even sure that's enough for this dude to notice. But what I like is what's included. And you've got the bands. Now, a lot of them will have different size weight ratings for the color reading. Not here. Everything's 30 pounds, and the idea is you just throw them on after another. And I actually kind of like that because I've been in situations where, and maybe we all have, at one time I was a gym rat. I know, that was at one time. But it keeps you from losing track of one. So if you don't have a 30 on hand, you grab a different color, boom, now you got 60. Where if you're different sizes, maybe you are looking for like another 30 or you have to combine them. It's just a pain in the butt. I actually thought this was a better answer. And then you got your little shaper expander thing here. I actually like this a lot. And one reason I like it is you can actually be watching TV and just kind of use this to keep toning up. It has other uses, and there is some examples of that, but it's just something that I kind of noticed, and I thought this was actually one of those you can use even when you're not really seriously trying to work out kind of thing. So I thought this was actually a nice touch, a nice addition. And then the bag isn't bad. It's a standard vinyl bag, and it's got the string and the string lock, which is appreciated. But what I liked about it is sometimes you'll get the packaging and it'll have a bag or something like that, and then it's like origami magic on trying to put everything back in. Not so here. You can get it all in. So let's go through my experience, not Mr. Jack's experience here. So, all right. This is the box that came in. There's a couple things I liked. One, it arrived very quickly. I think it arrived within 2 to 3 days. It was such a surprise it arrived so fast. I was like, wow, okay, cool. So you see right there where it says, get fit, don't quit. I like encouragement messages of the equipment or appreciations or kind of welcomes. Those are all nice touches, and for this to be on the outside, I think is actually, there are a lot of people who, myself included, who've bought something and never bothered to open it. I think that's a nice encouragement to just go ahead and proceed from here. I also like that the 24-month warranty is right on the outside. And then, of course, I had a picture of the bag next to it. This is what it looks like when you unbox it, when it's done by a professional like me, where I'm just a typical user. And this is my one little gripe here that I had to bring up. Here is the instruction. In fact, it's in 3 different languages. What I would have liked to see is I'd like to see this, but on the back, and I appreciate them saving paper, but on the back, maybe some more pictorials on how things go together. Just as a quick, like, oh, okay, I see how that goes. The pictures are nice, or move the pictures to the back side so that they're a little bit larger. I think that would have been appreciated. And that's what it looked like when I just crushed everything back into the bag. So right there, I wanted to go ahead and show, this is obvious to some, but not to everyone. So I wanted to show the 2 different type of anchors. The first one, I got an anchor, but how you get extra weight on it is you combine the strips or the rubber bands, right? On the first one, even 2 wasn't so bad. When I got to 4 and I started really putting on the weight, I began to kind of wonder about how the anchor was doing with the door. I think if you're going to be a powerhouse, you're going to look for a heavier door. If you're going to be someone more like me, then this isn't so bad. And this is, of course, if you're a powerhouse, maybe you've got your own gym equipment at home. Who knows? But in a pinch, this isn't so bad. And I think if you're a hotel room, definitely no problems there. You probably do it to the front door and then use the entryway. And the bottom is for That's how you put the leg straps on and do the legs. And I've got a picture of that a little bit later. We had our shaper, which is on the left, and then on the right is how the hand grips are. Now, what I liked about the grips is they actually felt like regular, good quality gym grips. I did find that on using 4 straps, it starts to kind of bother the hand a little bit, so it wouldn't be wrong to have some gym gloves while you do this. I actually thought that that was pretty nice. And then the one on the far right is how it locks around my leg for doing leg leg exercises. There's some pretty decent stitching on this, as you can see at the top left. We've got a lot of thread moved in there to make sure this doesn't break. It's got a metal couple and a fairly good locking anchor on the other side. So I actually thought the attention to detail was pretty good. This altogether, prices vary for stuff like this, but expect about $40. And then on the bottom one, what I liked is using D-rings, which is pretty standard in gyms with clips. And I felt, again, I'm not worried about this breaking loose. Where some stuff you're kind of like, if this thing breaks, I need to be ready to deal with that. I didn't really feel that here. I actually thought this was actually really good stitching. So after I used it for a good amount of time, what do I think? I actually think this is a nice little gem. It's like $40 on Amazon. You can go ahead and throw it in your bag, take it with you. It is not valuable enough that anybody's going to steal it out of your luggage through the airport, so it should be relatively safe. If you lose it for some reason, it's not the end of the world, and it's good enough quality that you can just throw it together and get some good workout time in at a small hotel, or if you got a small place and there's no room for large equipment. This is a nice answer. And like I said, with the shaper, which was an additional bonus that I really didn't see the use of originally, but after I got it, I realized that just while you're watching TV or something, it's nice to have just a kind of pull and tone. It's not too bad. And if you really kind of structure your workout, kind of decide what you're going to do with reps, I'm going to do so many of these, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's actually kind of enjoyable. And as you get stronger, you can add more bands. Um, you will reach a maximum, but honestly, if you are just blowing through at 155 bands, then good for you. So that's my review. I actually found it was worth the value of about $40, and I think the quality is pretty decent, and I was pleased with the shipping. Hope that helps anyone. If you have any questions, just let me know. Bye.